It's Sue and you're with Get Sold, and this is my video diary. So, it seems like I have a pattern of reporting in around the full moon. I don't know if there's a reason for that, but it seems to be when a lot of the stuff comes to fruition, a lot of stuff comes out, thoughts, whatever, that I reflect on. So, oh, here's a little messy, sorry. Um, this video diary episode, or whatever you want to call it, is an update on things. I think now that I've been through a lot of integration and healing, I think what's happening now is I'm learning actual normal human emotions, not the over the top parasympathetic system and overdrive, or nonstop fear and adrenals, all that. I think all of that is calmed down now. I think what I'm experiencing is normal people emotions. So I signed up for this course because ever since I was little doing the artwork, I always used to do greeting cards and faux labels and things like that. And besides fashion, that's kind of where I felt like I belonged, but I didn't know there was a name for it. I didn't know there was an industry title or anything like that. I had been doing it. I had been working for small businesses. I had a mayonnaise label produced. Big story behind that, but it's still on the mayonnaise label today. The concept, not the original drawing, because I didn't know about it until I was with my kids in a store when they were babies, and I bought the mayonnaise label with my food stamps, and I was in tears. So that gives you an indication. A little bit, but anyways, fast forward to now. I talked to my son and he thought I should do the program. He knows I'm in a situation right now where I have no new income coming in. What I have has to be reserved for, living expenses, food, and so forth. My Connecticut life pretty much evaporated, which I knew according to where our energies are going. Anything that doesn't reflect your highest and best good, or in my case, frequencies, distractions, anything of the old negative abuse patterns had to go. So if I was hanging around people that didn't bring out my best, or reverse could be true, but if you're raising your vibration and the other person doesn't want to follow, you can't spend all of your time lowering your vibration. And it's not a judgment, it's not against the other person, it's all free will and choice. So big life upheavals, and while I was here and reporting to anybody who wanted to listen, I was going through the integration process, the healing process of the trauma, which I never knew how to do before, and I wouldn't allow it because I was protecting it, like a lot of us do with trauma. You don't know how deep it goes, and you don't want to know because it's scary. And then when you do know, you point things to behaviors and things like that, it gets really scary. So I did a lot of integration of all of that. So what's here now, this person here is the artist that wants to come out, is the video person that wants to come out with the whole idea back in 2015 of Get Sold and interviewing people and getting bolder about being in the world. That's who's here now. And when I signed up for this course, I immediately had reservations going, what are you doing? You can't spend this kind of money now. And it's the first time I actually had to say, in the new energies, you're going to let go of the old, you're going to trust the new, not knowing exactly where it's going, but knowing that you have always been an artist. You've always been. That was your go-to. That was your survival tool, but now it doesn't have to be survival anymore. It can be thriving, and it can be something that is fulfilling. Okay, so that's where I'm at now. We had the full moon last night, and that in itself brings up stuff. March energies are all about trusting in what you don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen when I get back to Connecticut. Do I have to take a part-time job and pay for this course? Will I be able to sell enough stuff? My garages and basement are loaded with still some of my parents' stuff. my mom's dolls that are boxed beautifully and whatnot. There's, I mean, stuff that I have to liquidate. Also, will I be able to do enough channel drawings maybe on the weekends to bring in some money to pay for things I need to do this? So, but for the first time, my son was my advocate for me. I wasn't thinking about all the things I'd always done for other people to help them in their lives. I was actually now sitting in my seat going, uh-oh, it's time. I can't, I have to be fully sovereign and fully put together. So that's where I'm at. It's a scary place in a way, but that's at night when the subconscious opens up and I still see all these little thought demons trying to get at me and trying to pull me down, and then I have to just kind of tell them no thank you. But it's been keeping me up at night for sure, like anybody when they have financial worries or stuff like that. But I know better from a spiritual aspect that you can't stay in that is only going to produce more negative results and keep you in a loop. And I've been on that loop a very long time, and I want out of the loop. It's just like the karmic loop or any other loop where you just keep sucking your life dry, your beautiful energy just goes nowhere, it goes on the wrong things. That's stopping now. So like I said, I'm a little bit of everything right now. I woke up finally at like 10 a.m. and that I can't stand that because then it feels like I didn't get the day going on time. But when you are attempting or were working for yourself or are working for yourself, sometimes you have those days, and that's okay. That's what I have to keep telling myself now, is that I'm working on the universal code now, not so much the human structure as much, and I have to succeed. There is no going back. There's nothing else but out. It's do or die. This has to happen. I have to reach some level of self-support, or I might as well not be here, because I've fought too hard. I've fought too long. I'm tired, but I want to be tired in the right way. I want to be tired from working. I want to be tired from designing. I want to be tired from doing videos. I want to be that kind of tired. Not tired from trying to stay alive. I'm tired from old abuse patterns that keep me in the negative, that keep me attracting negative entities. That's a big video that I would like to have once the course gets set for Get Sold. I mean, that I can see more clearly now. I can see more clearly now how I saw my healing, so that maybe I come up with a formula or some way of describing that to others besides just saying the obvious. I used to see bands. I would see bands of imbalances, and those bands are we have these bodies around us. We have our physical body, we have our mental body, emotional body, and we have a spiritual body. It's kind of like layered around us. When I did the design for the t-shirt that says certified super being, that is the bodies on the outside of us. And so I saw my life in these bands where I saw each one of those bodies where it was out of balance, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, yet they're all linked together. And so where there's a break in one, another one gets broken by default, because they're all tied together, meant to work in unison. So when you're balanced, those bands are balanced. But as soon as something causes the imbalance, it sort of trickles into the others as well. For example, when you have an emotional, when you have a mental imbalance, something, a thought is not for your highest and best good, and you don't fix it, it's going to lead to emotional pain. And if you don't fix it on an emotional level, it will eventually make it to your body, and your body will wake you the F up and say, you know, you're sick somewhere, you're aching somewhere. It's your body talking to you. And I've had all of that, and maybe that was part of this experience, is to be able to identify that. So then as Get Sold gets moving along, I can see better how it had to be a vehicle for me to heal, but also kind of show the process in which I saw things for whoever else might be able to relate. I don't know. So I've gone on 10 or so minutes. I guess that's really all I need to say for now. I'll keep you posted on the course. It's an 8-week course, and it's called Surface Design, Surface Pattern Design. It was one thing I didn't learn how to do in my fabric design, was that I do an effective repeat pattern. So that could change the trajectory. No, that will change the trajectory of stuff. So everybody out there, I hope your full moon went okay. I hope you processed and cleared what you needed to. If you yawn a lot when you think about those things, you're clearing it. More videos with Soul 2K and Twyla, and I've actually asked a new person in, 2 new people, so we'll see what they say, if they want to join in. So thank you and love you, and now we're up to 63 subscribers, and I thank every single one of you. I'm so grateful for the beautiful comments for Soul 2K and Twyla. Thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. And eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to get you material. I'll be able to get you material that not just entertains, but teaches, comforts, but most of all, sends you love. So, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.